Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to explain the story A Truly Beautiful Mind, Part 2. Means first part I have already explained in first explanation. So today it is the second explanation. So that is the second part of this story. The title itself is A Truly Beautiful Mind, but we have not found why Einstein uh, mind is called Beautiful Mind. We'll have to find out the title from this story at the end of this chapter. But now, in second explanation, I would like to tell you about the title, that the title itself is A Beautiful Mind. Why? Because Albert Einstein was very much concerned about the human beings, okay, their welfare, their peace and comfort, and that's why the chapter got its name A Truly Beautiful Mind. We'll come to know in the explanation of the third part of this chapter that how Einstein was very much concerned about the welfare of humanity and not willing to develop the atom bomb. Germany has developed or planning to develop atom bomb, and this young Albert Einstein wrote a letter to then American president, that reminding him, okay, or narrating him the destructive nature of this atom bomb. And because of this nature of Albert Einstein, the chapter got its name A Truly Beautiful Mind. But the enemy of humanity, the enemy of peace, some group of the American scientists developed the atom bomb, and you are familiar with its consequences. They tested and dropped it on the two major cities of Japan, that is Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And you might have seen in video clips, YouTube clips, and history books, you might have read that how Japan was totally destroyed after the dropping of that atom bomb. So Einstein was very right that these are very destructive. And later, the nature of the bomb, the atom bomb, is already explained to the then President of America. So in this second part, uh, along with this explanation, we have some lifestyle and some his school experience. Okay, as a childhood experience, in first part we came to know that when after the birth of his sister, uh, he could not see the leg of his sister and just asked that where is the will. So this shows that from since his childhood he was very much concerned about the mechanical tools. Okay, so he was playing with some mechanical tools like toys. So and he was very much creative about the function of the toys. So that's why he asks that how the baby will moves if it does not have wheel. So that was the creativity actually in his when you'll read the biography of Albert Einstein, you will see so many references and so many interesting facts about his childhood and about his college life and about his travel and trip. So many things happened there. Sometime he lost, okay, uh, that where he has to go and where he is going. Many unique and funny references are there. So in this part, let's see what are the important incident that took place in the life of the great scientist of physics of all time. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan, this is the name of a city, and left their son with relatives. After prolonged discussion, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in German speaking Switzerland in a city which was more liberal than Munich. Actually, uh, the school in which he was reading, he was admitted, that was very disciplined school. He was calling it regimental school, okay, very strict rules and regulation, and he did not like that school because of its regimental things. So he came to know that there is a school in Switzerland, okay, and Zurich. Zurich is the name of the place uh, where he can go and just receive his education. But in the Munich, that is in Germany, it was not very much liberal school. Okay, they are very much strict. But he had heard that in Switzerland, Zurich is the name of the place. Zurich is similar to Mumbai, okay, of India. Just it is a commercial place for banking and share markets. Similarly, Zurich is the banking hub, okay, in Switzerland, and for share markets and everything, film industry. So here he decided to just move there. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics, and now he was just shifted from his home city to the Zurich. Einstein was very highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics. And after finishing school, actually mathematics and physics were actually initially the part uh, they had, separated. After that, when you read the historical book, you will come to know that Aristotle, the father of all the subjects, so all the subjects were, like ethics, like literature, like SST, like science, they were all together one subject. And after the phase of the time, after the development of human being, and the department or the subjects, it was bifurcated, okay, and differentiated. So he was very gifted in mathematics. Those who read physics, they are familiar with this, that without mathematics, physics can't move. Okay, because lots of applications are there in physics, and that are being solved by the help of mathematics. So some chapters of mathematics are very much important, not all, like function of calculus, function and integration. These are the chapters. See, if you have read, you are familiar with. If you have not read, you will just come to know everything about this. Okay, in this class or in the coming one. So this was his merit, means he liked and he was very well in mathematics and in physics. And after finishing school, he decided to study at a university in Zurich. This is the name of the city, okay, in Switzerland, where he wanted to pursue his academics, okay, in mathematics and physics. So just as I said that Zurich is similar to Mumbai, okay, a commercial, a financial hub in Switzerland. Similarly, Mumbai is a commercial and financial hub, okay. The banking sector, film industry, everything is there. And Delhi is the capital, but Mumbai is the commercial capital of India. This is the perception, and it is true. Similarly, Zurich is the commercial capital or commercial hub of Switzerland. So he moved there, but science was not the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man with the walrus mustache. Means it was not only science that was appealing, means attracting him. This dashing young man means very good looking, okay, very nice, very talented. Here, Wallace mustache. Mustache means a kind of mustache, okay? Just like the mustache of, Bhagat Singh. You might have seen the Chandrasekhar Azad. That kind of mustache, a kind of mustache. If you have seen the image of the Einstein is there, you can see what kind of mustache he is having, uh, how it is different from the mustache of Bhagat Singh and Chandrasekhar Azad. So this was his style, okay, and lifestyle. These are the words, okay, that are given in your text. That is amateur. That is a kind of work that is unpaid, and it is done uh, mm, for peace, for pleasure. The meaning is doing something for personal enjoyment rather than as a profession. Regimentation, that I have already explained. And order or discipline taken to a very extent, okay, very disciplined rule and regulations. Stifled, unable to breathe, okay, suffocated. Stifled means feeling suffocated, unable to breathe in and out. Liberal, liberal means refers to willing to understand and respect others opinions, means they are very much compromising, okay, very much adjustable about the culture, about the nature, about the religion, about everything. They were not very much mm, hard in rules and regulations. Next paragraph. He also felt interest in fellow students, means schoolmates and classmates. Mileva Merrick. Mileva Merrick was the classmates or schoolmates of Albert, whom he found to be a clever creature. Means because of the nature of the girl, Mileva Merrick, Einstein thought that this girl is very, clever creature. This young Serb is the name Serbia, just like we are Indian living in India. That's like the girl is young Serbian girl had come to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degrees. So this may be one question: why uh, Mileva Maric leave her country Serbia and move to Zurich in Switzerland? Because in his country, women were not allowed to receive education. It was the only university where women were, allowed to get education, receive education, and continue their academic pursuit. So that's why she shifted from her Serbia to Zurich. So you'll write this answer there. Einstein saw in her an ally against the Philistines. It is Philistines. Philistines was actually on that time a kind of group, okay? It was a group of people, and they were very much uh, means against of, the group was actually against of art and literature, or in particular culture, very much uh, rebellious kind of nature, okay, who did not believe in the religious preachings and saying. So you can see that in her country, the women were not allowed to receive education. So she left her country and just moved there in order to get education. She was very much fond of education. So she was rebellious, and that's why he's calling that Philistines, a rebellious group who did not believe in the religious preaching, or who did not like the art and literature. On that time, art and literature and music were not considered good and dance. Those people in his family and at the university with whom he was constantly at odds, means with his family, Einstein was started spending time with this new friend uh, at his odds. The couple fell in love, later survive, in which they would put their uh, affection into words, mixing science with tenderness. Even the letters of Albert and Mileva is very much important, because when you will see the letters of Einstein, you will see that in his letter he just used the mathematics and physics terminology and words. So it's very quite funny and shows that it is a letter of love, but it is depicting the letter of love in a scientific point of view. So one example is given here. So finally the classmates or the schoolmates fell in love with each other. So wrote Einstein. Einstein later continued, please see, how happy and proud I shall be when we both have brought our work on relativity to a victorious conclusion. Relativity, respect to, okay, this is the chapter, okay, relativity is the chapter in physics. So how they have come together. Next paragraph. In 19th century, at the age of 21, Albert Einstein uh, was a university graduate and unemployed. Means he was not having any kind of work. He worked as a teaching assistant, gave private lessons, and finally secured a job in 1902 as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. Bern was also the name of the place there. Patent office, actually it was the office that was handling a kind of research work. Okay, so actually he joined the office in order to just finish or give perfection of his own research work. Okay, so according to the aim of his life, he joined the same kind of work as an assistant, while he was supposed to be assessing others people invention. Assessing means here judging, okay, examine people's invention. Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in secret. In the office, the nature of his work was examine, evaluating, or assessing, finding out the rights and wrong things of others' one invention, but secretly he was actually developing his own ideas. Okay, and that was not known for anyone there in the office. He is said to have jokingly called his desk door at work the Bureau of Theoretical Physics, because the very means the according to him the all the research works were not very much practical. So that's why he was telling them a Bureau of Theoretical Physics. After this, one of the famous papers of 1905 was Einstein's special theory of relativity, according to which time and distance are not absolute. You are familiar with this formula is equal to mc square. So later he has given what is this. So because of this, okay, he was very much famous. One article published, and the title of the article is Theory of Relativity, and because of that he became famous. According to which time and distance are not absolute. You are familiar with this. What is mass, what is energy, and what is time. According to which time and distance are not absolute, not complete. They are totally different, okay, in respect to each other. Indeed, two perfectly accurate clock will not continue to show the same time if they come together again after a journey, if one of them has been moving very fast relative to the other. He is telling that two clocks even cannot give the time, okay, the exact time. Saying that two perfectly accurate clocks will not continue to show the same time if they come together again after a journey, if one of them has been moving very fast relative to the other. This was his perception, that two two things are not similar, okay, in all cases. They are actually different. They are not absolute. So this is his research paper. From this followed the world's most famous formula which describes the relationship between mass and energy. So it is E is equal to mc square. E stands for energy, m stands for mass, and c stands for speed in vacuum. So this is the word meaning. Ali means a friend or an associate. This is the textbook word meaning. You will just learn this and just also find out some new words. Philistines, a word used disappropriately to talk about people who do not like art and literature. Like this is there. And the meaning is also given in this mathematical equation. E stands for energy, M for mass, and C for the speed of the light in a vacuum. This is the speed of light, okay, in vacuum. 3 multiply 10 to the power 5 or 6, whatever is there. When you sit with a nice girl, this is the example, you please see how the two things are totally different. When you sit with a nice girl for 2 hours, it seems like 2 minutes. When you sit on a hot stove for 2 minutes, it seems like 2 hours. So this is relativity, okay? That's relativity. Means if you have happy moments, if you have happy moments of 1 hour, it will pass as if it is of 10 minutes. And if you are having very tough time of 10 minutes, it will appear just like 1 hour. Okay, so that is relativity. So you will do the homework assignment, you will read the story, okay, A Truly Beautiful Mind, and prepare a list of new words and phrases you learned according to all of you have different set of words. So you'll write this. Now the question number second, Albert Einstein mother thought of him as a freak. Freak means a kind of a person who is very much abnormal, a kind of idiot, a kind of nonsense, a kind of fool. So explain as to why she thought so. So you will have to explain why. Because of his action and activity, he was unable to speak, and when he start speaking, he was speaking twice. So some references are there in the text in the first part. I have already explained that what the activity he was doing was actually even the teacher, even the headmaster of Einstein school reported to Einstein father, Einstein parents, that he will not make a success in anything. He will just of anything because he's very much dull. So 2, 3, 4 things you will just give explanation that proves that he was a freak, abnormal child, okay, foolish child, idiot child, nonsense child. Like this you will have to explain. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless you all.